esta misión de salvar a... Sumergidos. De salvar a la novia de nuestro querido amigo... ¿Qué es esto? Ah, de Roma. Ah, vale. ¡Boom! Perfecto. Ok, ya recuerdo. Era la espada de... Mantener para comprar. ¿Qué dices? La espada de madera para mentirle a... Solo 28, no es demasiado, vale. Para mentirle a... ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Eh? ¿Vamos al directo de mi celular? A ver, para mentirle a alguien, vale. Eso que iba a hacer, ya está. Era esto. Me distraje. ¡Pum! Era esto. Muy bien. Ard... No. Igni para estos. Perfecto. ¿Tú cómo estás? Bien, bien. Sigamos. Vamos, bruja. Joder. Vamos. Perfectísimo. Perfectísimo. Sigamos. Oh, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ah, una ballesta tiene este. Interesante. ¿No? Perfecto. Buenísima.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Perfecto, o sea que puede perder la voz.
Yeah, only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count. Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example.
¿Por qué me pone busca el barco para Skellige? O sea, ¿estamos loquísimos? Puño de emigrado. Encuentra el cadáver del brujo. ¿Dónde está la misión secundaria? De... Tirando un hilo. Joder. ¿A dónde está? Muerto con Nidas en no sé dónde. Podrick, Befarone. Rey de no sé dónde.
Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi.
Joder.
Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Vale. Por acá no puedo ir. Vale, por ahí sí puede ir. ¿Por acá qué? Por acá tiene que haber algo.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
A ver, la cabeza primero.
Let's look at his head. It smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems, very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed. so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
¿Qué? Vemos otra cosa. El torso.
Let's examine his torso.
What
Vale, a ver qué tiene el torso.
Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out.
Segundo. Vamos a sacar esta wea. Vale, no he perdido frames.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Hay un modo que pone no más viento en interiores. Es que me está trillando muchísimo que haya viento en una cueva.
Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. I'm afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
A ver, hostias, que le lanzaron ácido. Las manos.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle's swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor. His genitals, we ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Bueno, ya hemos visto todo.
Alright. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
No tengo la menor idea, voy a elegir la 4.
Sorry. Rather not share my conclusions just yet.
I understand. For the good of the investigation. Will you at least share what you intend to do?
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A ver,
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
medianamente razón tiene. Pero al mismo tiempo,
Carver's body.
cada uno hace lo que se le cante de los huevos. Así de sencillo.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirance was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace, the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Vale.
Why do you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Me agrada. Me agrada, vale. Me agrada.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Vale, volvamos, porque me estoy... Me cagué todo. Volvamos. No, vale, tenía que subir. Era por aquí. Tenía que subir esto, muy bien. Eso lo recuerdo. Así que no, acá no es. Es el mismo lugar. Pero no lo es al mismo tiempo. No entiendo. No... ¿Es el mismo lugar o no es el mismo lugar? Si acá me atacaron. ¿O no? ¿O estoy perdidísimo? Sí, si acá me atacaron. Si acá yo agarré las cosas. O sea, acá dejé yo mis cosas. ¿Habíamos venido por acá? ¿Por acá? ¿Hemos subido? Es que quiero buscar algo. ¿Hemos subido? ¿Así? Dame un segundo, por favor, quiero comprobar algo. No estoy perdiendo frames, debe ser mi celular solamente, que no se ve bien. O sea que no... Que por alguna razón el wifi no le va bien. Vale. ¿Y acá qué hay? Acá hay otro cuerpo, pero este no es el que estamos buscando. Ok, hazlo tú mismo, jaja. Oxenfurt. Vale, sigamos. A ver, saqueando todo lo que puedo. Vale. Muy bien. ¿Qué será de Temeria? Ajá. ¡Pum! Perfecto. No me vio. Bien, salgamos de acá. Esta no era la idea. La idea es ir por ese lado, ¿no? No. ¿Por dónde salgo yo? Si acá entré. Dijeron, vete aquí. Perfecto, y yo vivía aquí. Es por acá, ¿no? Vale, por acá, por acá. Vale, estoy perdidísimo, ¿eh? No tenía ni idea de dónde estaba. Ok, ahora quiero saber dónde está la misión. City, Blood and Wine. Con Jaskier es esta, pescados carnales. Acá está, pescados carnales. Encuentra a ese tipo. Muy bien. Y está más cerca. 39. Este está muy cerca. está acá al lado de este. Joder.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid. You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded wing, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town. Oh, fucking hell! What was that for?
Vámonos.
For everything.
Se lo merecía, ¿eh? Se lo merecía. Vale, vamos con el siguiente, que está acá cerquito también. Está a 120 metros. Ok, está acá al lado. Pum, Ard, obviamente, como siempre. Estuve viendo sobre la armadura felina y al parecer hay una ballesta también. Hay una ballesta felina y me dan un logro si hago eso. Pero no la puedo tener hasta ese nivel... algo.
Hey, handsome.
Uf, acá hay el oro. No soy un ladrón. No lo soy. A ver, da igual. Los destrozo y ya está. Pum, 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 pum. ¡Ey, pero estás muerto! O sea, no estás muerto, pero estás... Ya está, te moriste. Vamos, vamos. Son niveles 16. Sí, nivel 19 creo.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Adiós.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Por supuesto. Los hice
A
mierda.
brazier. This time of year? I know that smell. Formaldehyde. Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Priscilla stepped back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Recordad, buena gente, que la luz que la luz que procesa el fuego disipa todas las tinieblas, revela tu joder. El fuego eterno. Examina el lugar donde murió el carpintero con sus sentidos de brujo. Bien. Está acá cerquita, por suerte. Todos borrachos durante la noche. Se ve muy bien de noche este sitio, me encanta.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Vale, pero primero voy a examinar este lugar. ¿Sube? ¿Esa es? Ah, no, es acá, vale. No, 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 es arriba. Tiene que ser arriba. Por huevos, tiene que ser arriba. ¿O no? Esta casa encantada, vale, vale, vale. Acá encuentro las... Hola, ¿me extrañaron? ¿Qué tal?
Skellige.
Ah, excelente. Vale, ¿tengo que bajar una más? ¡No! Sube, 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 sube. Ok, está rompiendo cosas la línea de mierda. Acá no es, acá no es. Vale, es acá. Aquí. ¿Pero cómo puede ser aquí? Ah, vale, aquí está puerta, Dios mío. Qué más patrucho,
Be gone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Skellige, come! Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer. That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you. Charming as beasts go. You daft? Even I'm scared of them. But better back and dog than an evil man at your door. Got someone particular in mind? Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least. So who might you be? The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer. What'll it be now? Just Meyer? Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian? Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail. It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived. Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything? Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleating orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf? Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe? Nay. 'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf. A craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her. Know where I can find her, this dish rag? City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pawn said a fever took her.
Ok, no me ayudas en nada, pero bueno.
We've talked enough. Need to look around. Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Vale.
Bloodstains. That's where Fabian lay when they found him. Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Murderer dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Mind if I go inside the workshop? I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Por favor. Sería buena idea. Sé que tengo una pista o algo. No, la sangre sigue acá.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
¿Y esto?
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
¿Nada más? Al parecer no. Vale, sigamos. Habla con el forense. Bien, hablaré con el forense. Está a 110 metros. Me parece perfectísimo. Me encanta cómo corre porque la estamina cuando es en combate se regenera tan rápido. Pero tan rápido. Mirá, yo estoy acá. Yo estoy a 30 pasos de... Oh, por acá. Soy tontísimo. Pum, acá no es. Interesante. Vale, es aquí arriba. Porque he entrado, así que... ¿Aquí? Sí. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
How old's von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Perfecto, corre. Corre, Geralt, corre. Ah, corre. En la carta encontrarás un ciudadano preocupado. Perfecto. ¿Y a dónde queda? ¿A dónde queda? ¿Me teletransporto ya? Está en la loma del culo, vale. Este lugar de acá, tiene que servir. Vamos. Tac. TikTok. A ver. Me dijeron que las misiones secundarias dependían de qué tan rápido hacían las misiones. O sea, no es tanto de que las hagas, porque yo a una misión secundaria tardaba mucho. Por ejemplo, la primera misión secundaria, o la segunda tal vez, la del herborista. No me deja correr, ahí está. La herborista, que tenía un paciente ahí porque la habían maltratado los Nilfgaardianos. Si tardaba mucho en hacerla, la mujer moría, pero como tardé poco en darle a la golondrina, la mujer vivió.
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, They'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vega, bud. Just no trickery.
Qué sencillo, podía entrar cualquiera a la casa de alguien. Qué sencillo, la verdad. Increíble.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious. Please, follow me.
Dale, corre, corre.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
Corre, mujer, me cago en todo.
Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home.
Hay una puerta acá.
Holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
¡Hostia! ¡Ha matado a la vieja!
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Vámonos, vámonos, vámonos. A ver, claramente yo ni siquiera tenía que pelear contra... Que no soy yo, retrasados. No soy yo. Persigue al asesino, no sé dónde está, pero probablemente se haya escapado. Acá no está. ¿Tengo que matar a ustedes de verdad? ¿Qué pasó?
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
I don't know. Too early to draw any conclusions. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Haré todo lo que pueda, señorita. Todo lo que pueda.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time. Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast. Another empty formaldehyde bottle.
Alguna gente se fue de lo de Bor en el pasado, perfecto. Es por la estupidez de la iglesia esta del fuego. Vamos a destrozarlo. ¿A dónde está? Está bastante lejos, la verdad. Está a 1200, vale, interesante. Corre, Geralt, corre. Corre a teletransportarme. Perdón, soy imbécil. Corre a teletransportarte a otra ciudad. Perdón, quiero ver algo otra vez. Me cago en todo. Si no estoy perdiendo frames. Es mi celular de mierda que no carga el 720 fuente porque no soy afiliado y no tengo forma de... ¿Cómo se llama? Creo que este está más cerca, es más derechito el camino. ¡Pum! No tengo forma de elegir la calidad del video en Twitch. En YouTube sí, es súper sencillo, pero en Twitch no puedo. Qué bien que se ve este juego, por Dios. Qué bien que se ve. Estoy a 160 metros, me parece perfecto. Y está de día. Qué bien que se ve. Es hermoso. Es hermoso, es realmente hermoso. ¿Y qué hace toda esta gente acá? ¿Qué le pasa? ¿Es porque es de día, tal vez? Oh, se cargaron las texturas de su tatuaje recién. Ah. 30 metros, me parece perfecto. Está acá al lado. Hey, ¿qué tal? Acá, no tiene que ser acá.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
My place?
The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deal.
Harold, positively divine performance.
¿Más arriba?
You make a splendid.
¿Más arriba está? ¿Aquí?
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims. I know how they end. You don't stop. Not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Almost had me convinced. Almost. Come on, come closer.
¡Joder!
Free now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you.
Que lo he partido. Que lo he destrozado.
He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me. So hard I passed out. I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting the poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
Oh, ya no está, desapareció completamente. Vale. Pero puedo saquear todo esto, ajá. Libro de fuego eterno. El fuego protege, sea quien sea, bajo la luz de no sé quién. El fuego ilumina. Joder, es que tengo que matar todas. Es que sí o sí. A la orden del fuego eterno los tengo que matar. Son como los católicos antes de ser buena gente. De matar a todo quien que no sea católico. Habla con Jaskier y Priscila. Me parece bien. Tengo que bajar de acá. No sé cómo. Es un laberinto de casa. Ayuda. Ayuda a este retrasado. Abajo también. Perfecto. ¿Cerrado? ¿Por acá? Por acá. Perfectísimo. Está a 300 metros. Está bastante lejos, la verdad. Boom, arde. 280 de puedo teletransportar. He salido de acá yo, así que no. O sea, sería el pedo ir hasta... Tengo que ir acá sí o sí. ¿O no? No, que tengo que ir acá arriba. Tampoco vale la pena. Tampoco vale la pena. Y el caballo no se maniobra muy bien, así que no usaré el caballo. No lo utilizaré. Dios mío, qué bien que se ve. Es hermoso este juego. Es increíble. Se ve espectacular. Vale, por arriba. 200 metros. Vale, ya casi llego. No voy a pelear. Ya he peleado suficiente. A ver, en realidad no. En realidad no, pero... trato de pelear solamente en misiones principales, o sea, en misiones. No así porque sí, alrededor. Eternal Fire, los voy a matar a todos. A todos, Quisiera ir al barbero. A ver, pero... no puedo. ¡Pum! Hola, ¿qué tal? ¡Pum! Hola, ¿qué tal?
How's...
Better, right?
Yes.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Ah, mi compa, mi amigo.
Yes.
¿Usted qué tal?
Found and killed the murderer. It was Nathaniel. Caught him red-handed at Kate's. He was just about to cut into his next victim. Innkeeper wanted to keep me out. Important customer, he said.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
Hubert told me about your past. Even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story?
The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink.
I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shawnee. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Adiós.
Farewell.
Se escuchó la puerta. ¿Quién vino? Nigromancia, la magia prohibida. Hostia, la nigromancia. La magia oscura. Ah, no puedo llegar hasta allá arriba. Vale, da igual. Vale, siguiente misión. Espadas y albóndigas. No puedo hacer esa misión todavía. Ah, no puedo aún. Honor entre ladrones. Gente con Dijkstra en el Pasiflora, no. Una tenida junto al periodo de ruido de no sé quién. Conseguir herramientas. Tiro de un hilo. No puedo hacerla esa todavía. Esto de brujo. Habla con el guardia. Kurst. No sé quién. La dama blanca. Habla con la viuda. He matado a la viuda. Busca de tesoros. Busca de tesoro de llama de la mejora de equipo de la escuela del gato parte 1. Me interesa. No tengo nivel aún, pero me interesa. La escuela del grifo. No me interesa. Prefiero esta. Busca el tesoro del equipo de la escuela del lobo. Ojo. Vale, pues en una misión tenía que ir a hablar con Tris. No recuerdo cuál. Pero tenía que hablar con Tris. Así que... Voy a hacer esta. Voy a unirme con Dijkstra. Ah, que está acá cerca encima. A 100 y pico metros. Vámonos. Oh, casi. Está acá al lado. Vale, esta cosa me está llevando para cualquier lado. Tengo que dejar de confiar tanto en el mapa. Porque estos mapas de 2015 no son tan confiables como los que hubo después, tipo 2017, 2018. Ya ahora los mapas son bastante confiables. ¿Está lloviendo? No lo noto, Está lloviendo pero con sol. Y... ¿Qué tal, Dijkstra?
White Wolf, welcome to the Passiflora. Oh.
No tengo idea en quién eres.
Greetings,
Don't fret. I'm sure I look quite different from when we last saw each other.
Which was?
Oh, eons ago. You and Master Dandelion appeared, 2 halflings in tow. What a smash they were, the little chaps. We recount that night to this day.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm here to...
Speak softly. I know very well why you're here. They await. This way, please. This way. Upstairs.
¿Marquesa? Es una marquesa. Oh, están arriba. Interesante. Bandido. Ah. Te destrozaría si pudiera.
Geralt, you're here. Good.
Might have chosen a more secluded spot to plot an assassination.
It's on everyone's mind. Many would like to do it, so there's nothing to fear. Besides, this venue's got a tradition in this domain. Might even consider it fabled. Folka planned her revolt here. By extension, King Vrydank's murder too.
Comparing yourself to Folka? Far as I can recall, no one in Redania's annals has a bloodier reputation.
Her rebellion changed the course of history. That's what we have in common. In terms of blood, we aim only to shed Radovid's. I'm pleased you're willing to play a part. Must admit, I wasn't certain you'd show.
Got your invitation. Decided to come. That's simple. Let's get down to business.
I believe you know my associate.
Roach, you here?
Retired intelligence operatives. We have a club.
Defended a king once. Ready to assassinate another now?
Not proud of it, yet. I considered all the options and found none better. Radovid's proven many times he only ever forwards his own interests. When Kedwin asked for help, he invaded. When I begged him to support Vizima's defense, he showed me the door. The war nears its end. We've come to a decisive phase. We must act quickly. I've no illusions. Only a dead Radovid means a free Temeria.
How's that work? Seems to me Radovid is Temeria's ally.
Only as long as my guerrillas do what pleases him. Support his troops. Once he wins the war, he won't acknowledge the previous borders, nor wish to restore them. He dreams of a northern empire. As long as he lives, Temeria will never be free.
But we didn't bring you here to bore you with politics. Radovid's a threat to Triss and Yennefer. Remember that. That ought to interest you most.
All right. What do you want from me?
One of our co-conspirators ventured out to meet an informer. He's not returned, yet the plan's success hinges on what he's learned. We've got to find him. And you're the best tracker around.
Tracker, huh? Really?
Obviamente.
Anything else you can tell me? Where this associate was last seen, for instance?
He's traveling as a journeyman. Itinerant cobbler, that's his cover. He was first to venture across the Pontar. Most probably did so via the Redanian checkpoint. With a man there who should know more. Calls himself Gregor.
Let a Redanian soldier in on your plan to murder Redania's king?
You see, there are even some Redanians who cannot abide Radovid's policies. And when simple soldiers notice something's not quite right, well, then it's time to act.
Fine. I'll talk to Gregor.
Thank you. And try not to draw too much attention, if you can. Remember, the future hinges on the success of this mission. The future of Temeria. The future of the North.
I know. I'll try not to fuck it up. See ya.
We're counting on you, Geralt.
Uy, nos vamos.
No one apart from
Ahora tengo que bajar todo el camino de vuelta.
Off the street, I mean.
No.
Todo por aquí, casi me mato solo. Casi me mato solo. Increíble. Y pum. Vale, está a 900 y pico metros. Voy a agarrar estas plantas. Oh, perfecto. No puedo agarrar estas. Oh, acabo de prender un fuego, creo. Vamos a teletransportarnos a la misión que está acá abajo. Aquí. Aquí, ¿ja? Puesto fronterizo, perfectísimo. Usa el señal de Axel para obligar al ghoul a que esconda sus púas. Interesante. Ya me lo has dicho, pero me sigue pareciendo interesante. ¿Por qué razón? Una muy sencilla. No había imaginado nunca eso. ¿Por acá arriba? No, por acá abajo. Corre, Geralt, corre. Que está lloviendo, Geralt, que está lloviendo. Gregor,
Looking
hola.
for Gregor.
You found him? Who are you?
Geralt of Rivia. Dijkstra sent me.
Been expecting someone. Let's take a walk.
Nice job decorating your guard post.
By orders of our gracious and merciful ruler, the good king.
What was their crime?
One on the right's a peller from a village nearby. Gave some bloke the wrong advice. Bloke's mates informed on him. Neighbour held a grudge against the one on the left. Accused him of witchcraft.
Just humans at each other's throats. That's not Radovid's fault.
Who do you think set down the laws that mean folk hanged for such offences?
Seem to have lost all respect for the king. Why serve him?
What am I to do? I was born a Redanian. I won't desert. Besides, I enlisted when Vizimir was still on the throne. Now that was a good king, wise and just. Radovid's something else. He's got war on the brain. And I don't want Redania to look anything like that.
Let's talk. Must know why I'm here.
Take it it's about our cobbler friend. Yeah, he came through here on his way out. Didn't come back though. Patrol went out yesterday, reported an abandoned cart a ways off the road. Aimed to go out there, see if it's his. Couldn't get away.
Thanks. Good enough to start with. Farewell.
Hold on. You got a pass? Won't get back through without one.
Yeah, I got one.
Alright. Good luck.
Thanks.
Perfecto.
See ya.
¡Tarán! Vale. Barco, ¿no? Imagino. ¿Barco? ¿Hasta allá? No, quería ir en barco, pero no. Es por acá. Más fácil. Vale. Llamaré a Roach. Boom. Cuando cruce el puente llamaré a Roach. Ole, ole, ole. Fuera gente de aquí. Fuera. Fuera. Soy un brujo. Estaba por decir una estupidez, pero no me salió. Ahí está. Hola, Roach. ¿Qué tal estás, Roach? Larguémonos de aquí. Joder, corre, Roach. Qué rápido se lleva a los lugares. Es increíble. Es preciosísimo, ¿eh? El caballo este.
Cart doesn't look damaged. Strange. Need to look around. A scuffle. Might find something. Somebody got knocked out. Dragged off. Wonder where its wearer is.
Acá hay otro.
A shoe. Something tells me I'm on the right trail.
Otro más.
Wonder where its wearer is. A shoe. Something tells me I'm on the right trail.
Sigue el camino en los zapatos.
A shoe. Something tells me I'm on the right trail.
Vale, allá sigue. Acá hay otro. Acá hay más. Básicamente tengo que seguir el camino, ¿no? Al parecer. ¿Por aquí? Por acá. Oh. Un oso. Oh, un troll. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Greetings.
Away go with you go. You did pick me.
I can see that. Just wondering how those shoes is wound up here.
Here you did grow. Like the mushroom.
Shoes don't sprout from the ground. You see who left them behind here?
Speak no wrong. Oh, anger get Og and Pog.
Og and Pog. Those your friends?
Finderinger's great Og Pog. Human finder on big suited cart. Suited big like so.
What did they do to this human?
Og Pog man's cover to take. They're over.
Muchísimas gracias por tu ayuda.
Nah, no. Body man's, stringy man's, blah. Orgi make man through make. Frog, pog and rog through make.
You even need shoes?
Shoes on humans is it. Shoes once og, pog and rog.
Tiene sentido.
Lords trollers be like humans is.
So long.
Me agradan los trolls.
Troll kid must be nearby.
Los trolls son los medio inútiles, me encanta. Son medio imbéciles. Oh. Ah, son setas. Van para. ¿Quiénes verga son? Ah, son trolls. Hola. Hola, buenas, Leandro. El más. Hola, Daniel, ¿qué tal?
Taller? Should have known. Who better to teach trolls how to cuss?
Geralt, my mind, been bloody years.
This hole.
Relax, Og. This bugger's an old friend of mine.
Bugger friend, I'll go. A wheeze in soup throw.
That'd make for an awfully veiny morsel.
Right, true that. Just look at the ploughing bastard. Naught but skin and bones. Well, gentle trolls, high time I travelled on. You, practice what I taught you. Give you a fucking exam next time I come through.
Tala no go. Tala sit. Sit us down. Tala suck cock shoesies make.
Los trolls no suelen ser muy listos.
I can see you've made friends, but Taller needs to come with me.
Blood nowhere Tala go. Tala shoesies makes.
But I need him.
Talas here stay. You shoeses got. Og shoeses got not. Rug got not. Pug got not. Tala shoeses make. Tala go.
Now let's all stay calm. Taller will be back. He just needs to come with me. We'll, get some leather for your shoes.
Listen to Geralt. He's telling the ploughing truth. Look at your feet. They're fucking mammoth. Need a damn bale of leather to make shoes for them. Understand? Me and Geralt will get some cocksucking leather. Then I'll come back and make you blasted shoes for you.
Shoeses pog for? And rug for?
2 pairs for each of you gnarled pricks.
Tala go. But back come must.
Knew you buggers were good mates. Sit tight. Be back in a bit. Gotta admit, you haven't waited, so. Never thought of having children.
Vamos a tener niñas.
Children aren't trolls, and vice versa. Besides, witches are sterile.
Ah, you've not changed a bit. Still tart as rotting rhubarb.
Hey, seguime. Pues acabo de descubrir esa zona, ¿por qué no me la abarca como que ya lo he hecho?
It's been a while. Fill me in.
Ah, es el espía que tenía...
I barely escaped with my life.
Me acabo de acordar. Es el espía de...
What do you do now?
Grassroots work.
Que le pidió la sartén a una vieja que estaba en el primer mapa, por así decirlo. Vale. Es el espía.
Bit like a potato beetle. I keep quiet, stay out of trouble, and live on fucking potatoes.
Farewell.
Yeah, I do. Most of the fucking time, thanks.
Escolta a Thaler, vale. ¿Hasta dónde? ¿Hasta dónde? Por favor, camina más rápido, señor. Señor, camine más rápido. Pero si lo empujo, no camina más rápido. ¡Ah! ¿Hacia dónde? A ver, claramente tengo que seguir este camino. Vale, acá hay lobos. Vale, tengo que pelear, ¿no? ¿Imagino? ¿Tengo que pelear contra estos tipos? ¿A que sí? ¿Por qué se toma tanto tiempo este tipo en caminar? ¿Qué le pasa? Por favor, señor. Por favor. Escolta Seller. ¿A dónde? ¿A dónde le escolto? Ah, está este puesto. Está este puesto de acá. Entendido. Te voy a robar. Lo siento, amigo, pero te tengo que robar sí o sí.
Thanks again, Geralt. I'll take it from here. And I'll be sure to tell Roach and Dijkstra how you buggered Og and his mates sideways. As I see it, they'll be so impressed they'll shit themselves.
So what'll you do now?
What do you mean? Head back to Novigrad. Dijkstra, Roach and I have got a master plan to set in motion.
I'll ask again. Details.
Forgive me, mate, I'm plowing calm. See, were it just up to me, I'd spill it loud and proud. You're trustworthy like no one else I know. But I'm not on my own, so bloomin' unilateral decisions are out of the question. Trap stays shut, I'm afraid.
Right, gotcha. Tell me, you were a fence in Vizima. How'd you become a cobbler?
Ah, Daniel, no sé si es acá. Descubrí por qué razón no puedo ni ir de Steam. Y es que tengo que gastar $5. El problema es que este juego estaba tan barato que lo compré a 4,50. Así que me faltan 50 centavos de dólar. Y el Terraria me lo regalaron. Así que no tengo dinero en el Terraria. Ah, qué lástima. 0,50 centavos me falta de dólar. Joder.
Better believe it. Even cobbled together this fancy rolling stall.
Lovely.
Bloody bullseye. I've made a small fortune out of it since the war started. Those pricks in uniform are always marching. Know what happens when their cocksucking boots disintegrate? Their feet bleed, blister up. Not a soldier out there wouldn't sell his mother for a comfy pair of combat boots.
Lo que tú digas.
So long, Taller, and good luck.
Oh, I can bloody use it. Radovid's one crafty ore with a clap. But we'll figure a way round that twat. Soon the whole bloody North will be blathering about how he got fucked.
Careful it's not also blathering about 3 assassins, drawn and quartered.
Fear not, Geralt. We know what we're doing. Farewell.
Hechísimo. Vale. Siguiente misión. Me interesaría hacer... es que no quiero hacer contrato de brujos. No quiero, No quiero hacer contrato de brujo. Busca el tesoro menos. Quiero hacer misiones secundarias. No tengo ni idea de cómo llegar de acá. Ni idea. Esta. Reto con Nidas en un puente derribado que en el norte de... No, tampoco puedo hacerla. Esta. Vamos a hacer esta ya. Vamos a seguir con esta misión principal. Busca un barco con destino a Skellige.
That's it, Roach.
A ver. Si me puedo teletransportar acá. Básicamente tengo que seguir derecho y me teletransporto. Joder, sí que está lejos, En alguno de estos 3 lugares tiene que estar. Oh, mi compa está jugando Dark Souls. Interesante. No sé cuál porque no leí bien, pero alguno de los 3 está jugando. Vale. Me gusta el ambiente de este juego. Me gusta muchísimo, No puedo seguir corriendo, ¿no? Sí, vale, perfecto. Oh. Venga, vayámonos. Ah, sí, misiones estas. Acá me voy para llegar a este primer lugar. Y después acá y después acá. Que sería más sencillo. Probablemente sí. Así que, boom. Vámonos aquí. El color de la barra de salud del enemigo indica si debes luchar contra él. La posición de golondrina genera la vitalidad durante el combate y fuera de mismo. Sí, lo sé. Pero a ver si estás fuera de combate, meditas y ya está. O sea, no es necesario tirarte a golondrina, la verdad. A ver, son estas tres, ¿no? Sí. Así que vamos a esta que está más cerca. Perfecto, ya está marcada. Está acá cerquita. Vámonos. 90 metros, 80 metros, perfecto, estoy acá al lado. Paga al capitán con la suma acordada, ni en pedo. Ni en pedo. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Who's captain of this ship?
Looking at her. Aye, her. That's right. I, a woman, am captain. Shocking as shit, I know.
Need to get to Skellige.
Not on this boat, you won't.
Pay you well.
The islanders live off plunder in the seas. Not willing to risk that.
Ever sailed there?
Listen, the islanders attack all ships. When they hate someone, Nilfgaard for instance, they attack him more. But truth be told, not much more. Murdered me once. Expect they wanted to see if I had captain's bollocks. That spot of fun gave me enough Skellige for a lifetime.
Vale, adiós, no quiere ir. Oh no, no quiere ir. Vale, busquemos a otra persona. Hay una misión dentro de esta casa. Para el capitán Walton, no quiero. No quiero, me niego. ¿Qué cosa? ¿Qué cosa? Ah, bandidos, vale. Vale, bandidos. Y acá abajo hay cosas. A ver, uno grita socorro acá. Me he caído. ¡Ah! Ok, bug de agua. Interesante. No había visto uno nunca, jamás. Jamás había visto un bug de agua. Increíble.
Time to end this.
¿Usted es el capitán? No, usted no es el capitán. ¿Quién es de todos ustedes? ¿Alguno está acá adentro? No, cerrado, necesitas una llave para pasar. Acá no hay nadie. ¿Y alguno de ustedes? Vale, pues no. Pues no hay nadie aquí. Ah, ¿está el capitán? Ah, el capitán está acá abajo. Joder, si son nivel 8, son basura. Si soy basura. Ah, tengo demasiado. Yo decía, ¿por qué no puedo correr? Vale, tengo demasiado peso. Atizador. Interesante. Para, tengo más cosas en el inventario. Tengo basura. No. Basura. Perfecto. ¿Dónde está el capitán? Busca un barco para ir a Skellige. Tengo que pagar la recompensa al final, ¿no? Tengo que pagarle 1000. Ah, no lo sé. Ah, acá hay otro capitán, vale, perfecto. Hay otro barco. ¿Tú eres el capitán?
Could it get any worse? You call this living, Witcher? I'm busy.
¿Alguien más? ¿Usted? ¿Usted?
Can it get any worse?
You call this living, Witcher? I'm busy.
¿Que puedo...?
Had you fill a fool's parsley, have you? Kiss my ass. Had you fill a fool's parsley, have you?
Por favor, deja hacer la animación. ¿Hay nadie por acá? ¿De verdad? ¿Usted? Ah, voy a tener que pagarle al tipo sí o sí. ¿No me va a quedar otra opción? ¿De verdad? ¿Y si pongo de día? A ver qué tal. Si de día, ¡pum! Vale, es de día. Al parecer no. Este no habla, este no habla, este no habla. Este no habla, este no habla. Por favor, ¿te quiero hablar? ¿No puedo hablarte? ¿Por qué no puedo hablarte? Vale, da igual. Tengo que pagarle sí o sí al parecer, ¿no? Tengo que pagarle sí o sí. Cago en todo. Vale, tendré que pagar los 1000 que me está pidiendo. ¿Cuánto dinero tengo? 1400. A ver, puedo vender mucha cerveza, la verdad. Puedo vender cerveza. Oh, acá hay alguien que me compra cerveza. Perfecto. Uno de suministros. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Es alguno de ustedes?
Greetings.
Oh, here it is. The apocalypse. A witch has walked into my brothel.
What's strange about that?
What's strange is you. Everyone knows witches are freaks, mutants, unnatural. And this here's a decent brothel for whores with principles. Well, spit it out. Got all the same bits in your trousers like a normal lad.
Last I checked, everything was where it should be. Got anything to sell?
Eso sí, ¿no? Vale. Perfecto. Me vende esto que no sé qué es. Vale. Voy a vender cerveza. Sí, todo. ¿Por qué razón? Es que no la voy a utilizar nunca. Pero nunca, ¿eh? Vale, es todo cerveza, vale, pensé que me había equivocado en algún momento. Vale. He vendido todas esas que tenía y tengo 1500 y algo, me parece muy bien. Se llama montar magistral, 35 de vigor. Esta me la vendo. Tengo algunos objetos que podría vender también. Esto no vale nada, ¿no? Vale, los que están rojos no se puede vender. Los dibujos no los quiero, ¿eso qué es? Notas muy borrosas seguidos acerca del brujo Elgar. No, lo quiero, esto lo quiero. ¿Esto cuánto vale? 20. No. Se puede usar para componentes. Todo lo que se puede usar para eso no lo pienso vender. Artesanía, ¿puedo venderte boludeces? No, no, no. Vale, yo estaría todo. Adiós.
So long.
Tengo que pagarle al tipo ese. Tengo que pagarle 1000 de dinero. Me parece increíble. Vámonos. Qué asco.
You're back. Got the coin.
Here. That enough?
Hefty sack. Like a bowls. When do we sail?
Not sure you're ready. You can barely stand.
Know this, stranger. Captain Wolverston never sails sober. The sea goes one way, Wolverston the other. Makes the rocking bearable. So, ready to set sail?
Sí.
Let's go.
Creo que sí, capitán. Vámonos.
First, we must drink to the wind, to good fortune, and to the strength of my Atropos. Anchors away.
Probablemente haya el motín o una cosa así o algo parecido. Esto claramente... No, pensé que iba a ser una pantalla de carga. A ver, sí, puede ser. O me las van a robar. ¿Me van a robar las espadas? Me van a robar las espadas, ¿verdad? Voy a despertar y no voy a tener las espadas. Voy a tener que romperle la cara a todos a los puños. Vale, al parecer estaba cargando la cinemática. ¡Bum! ¡No! ¡Muere! Joder, me cago en todo. Voy a morir, voy a morir, voy a morir, voy a morir. Golondrina. Voy a matar al... a ti primero. Vamos, eso es. Perfecto, lo he hecho. ¿Qué acaba de pasar?
Back off or I'll kill you.
I'm not afeard of dying.
Rob every corpse that washes up on shore?
Taken from a corpse ain't theft. I'm a man of the Isles. I don't reap, I don't sow. The waves bring me my harvest. On the Atropos, were you?
Yeah, thought the captain had a deal with you.
With us? Meaning who exactly? Might have arranged something with Llegamos, but crack? Nay. Clearly should have, though. Outlander ships aren't welcome in these waters. What about you? What do you seek in Skellige, eh?
Agreed to meet a sorceress here. Yennefer of Vengerberg. She's supposed to be on Hord Skellig.
There's a witch a care Trolda. Croc's guest. Could be the one you're meeting.
That scorn I hear in your voice.
You've good ears. Folks say this witch has got croc wrapped around her finger. Orders everyone about. Word is she's vicious at it. But a hag's a hag.
Seen her? Know what the sorceress looks like?
Aye. Wears black and white. If not for her tits, you'd think she was a beached orca. Fact is, even those who see her for a wench would gladly push her out to sea, tits and all.
What's your name?
Steingrim.
Well, Steingrim, I don't like you. In fact, I feel like slapping you.
Go ahead, Drifter. You try.
Pero golpea.
Mistake. Had enough?
Best finish me now, cause you'll be fucked once I catch my breath.
It was a good fight. That's enough for now.
Know the way to Kertrolda?
Expect I'll find it.
Head north, then turn west towards the bay before you come to the bridge. You'll find the Jarl port site today. Your sorceress ought to be there too.
Thanks. So long.
Perfecto. Vámonos, Roach. Oh no. Oh no, el bug no. Ah, no, que eran... Vale. Pensé que era... Oh no, se está duplicando Sardinilla. Vale, estoy en este nuevo mapa, completamente nuevo. Oh, buenísimo. Vale, tengo que seguir esta cosa hasta acá. Perfecto. Todo completamente de islas. A ver, señor, si llego más rápido que tú. Probablemente sí. No tengo golondrinas, tendría que dormir. Vale. ¿Bandidos? No, gente. Vale, sigamos. Sin problema alguno. Mercader ambulante. Oh, qué bonito lugar, qué bien que se ve. Me gustan los entornos. Bastante, he llegado. ¿Qué tal? Por favor, Roach, corre.
Our time amongst the living is but the wait.
Vamos a meditar.
What's left when we are gone? How shall we be remembered?
You need not do this, child.
I know, but I want to.
¿Se va a quemar viva?
'Tis madness. Such a young lass.
Erna should be the one going. They shared a bed longer.
Silence. 'Tis her decision.
las flechas no funcionan así.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. The eulogy.
King Bran of Clan Twirsech has embarked on his final voyage. At its end, our glorious ancestors await him. Together they will hunt and raid. They will sit round the fire and praise the deeds of ages past. For now, he lives in our hearts. One day, we too shall stand at his side and face the sea together. That will be a good day.
¿Flotando esa antorcha?
Yes, he was well respected. Unlike his wife.
Skellige visits clans. In times of war, tradition holds the clans unite under the leadership of their king. We've bid Bran farewell. Time to pick his successor who will lead us against the Black Ones. The gates of Caer Troll stand open to all who held Bran of Clan Twirsech dear. Mead and meat will be plentiful. During the wake, those who believe themselves worthy of the crown will step forth.
No lo sé, no sé cuál elegir.
Hope we don't have to go to this wake.
Well, we don't have to go. Feasts in Skellige, so predictable. Slobbering drunks, brazen boasting, and the inevitable rows that result.
Yeah, nothing like the banquets mages attend. Remember the one on Thanet?
You were there. How could I forget? I also remember excruciatingly well what happened after the banquet.
Reading my mind again?
What's more, I like what I see. Did you learn anything in Velen?
Velen. Awful place. Somehow Ciri wound up at the castle of the local ruler, a baron, self-proclaimed. This was after she was injured.
Injured? Was it serious?
Don't think so. Must have recovered because this baron sent her on to Novigrad. Think she was looking for you at the time. These witches Ciri came across, she was lucky to escape them.
Witches?
Creatures more like. Can't say exactly what they are, but they're dangerous. Very. Also ran into an old friend of ours in Velen, Kira.
What on earth is Kira Metz doing in that wasteland?
Hiding from witch hunters. Listen, she told me an elven mage had been there looking for Ciri.
Good. You'll need to tell me more when we have some time.
Been to Novigrad. Ciri was there, looking for a way to lift some curse. She's not there anymore.
You're certain?
Heard it from Dandelion, with no embellishments.
Do you know any more about this curse?
Not much. Ciri ran into some trouble, never finished what she went there to do. I recovered a phylactery. She was looking for a way to enchant it.
I'll look at it later.
How about you? What have you learned?
Something strange happened on our Skellige a time ago. A disaster brought about by a burst of magic. Extraordinary, really. Natural anomaly. Never seen anything like it. My intuition tells me Syria was its cause.
As much as I respect your intuition, Yen, we need something specific. Evidence.
I'd know for certain if I was able to inspect the disaster zone. Unfortunately, Ermion and his druids aren't letting anyone near.
Ermion's head of the Skellige Circle? Haven't seen him since...
Since Ciri was a little girl. I doubt he'll do you any favors, not even for old time's sake.
So why won't Ermion let you inspect the area of the anomaly?
Call it a difference of opinion. A large, loud difference. Look, it's Krach.
Wait, Wolf.
Greetings, Krach.
I shall see you at the wake, and I'll not accept any excuses. I've an important matter to discuss with you.
I shall wear black and white for the feast. I count on you to don something complimentary. Something that doesn't reek of 1,000 hunts.
Yen, you know I can't stand new doublets. Just too tight till you break them in.
And just like Krach, I'll not accept any excuses. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. We've matters to resolve and should dress appropriately. I've rented a room at the inn. Took the liberty of laying out some clothes for you there. You ought to go. Choose something. In the meantime, I've something to attend to. We'll meet at the entrance to the feast hall.
Vale. Vistámonos para el velorio. O el velorio fue este y es el velatorio, una cosa así. No, es que me equivoqué, botón, me cago en todo. Ve a la habitación de Jeffrey y ponte una ropa normal. Acá, ¿vale? Me voy a poner algo normal.
Sorry to trouble you, but I really have no choice.
What is it?
Our ship was wrecked against a rocky shore during the last storm. I've lost everything.
How am I supposed to help?
I haven't even got the coin for the journey home, and with each day's delay, I draw closer to bankruptcy.
Might have guessed you'd come around to coin. So, need a loan? Or is it just alms you're after?
I shall pay you back every last copper, I swear it. You need only call on me at my address in Novigrad.
No te voy a ayudar.
Heard a few too many tales like yours to believe yet another.
To tell you the truth, I'd probably not believe it either. Alas, I must count on the kindness of others.
Me voy a dar dinero. ¿Por qué no? Porque casi no tengo. Le di 1000 al tipo para venir hasta acá. ¿Y me lo van a quitar ahora? A ver, hay bastantes misiones que no quiero hacer básicamente. Vamos a hacer la misión principal por el momento. Por lo menos hasta hoy. Aquí está acá la casa. Esto del bosque, bla bla bla. Vale.
This has gotta be Yen's room. She always did like space. And luxury.
Un alijo, vámonos. Voy a dejar esto. ¿Por qué no? Voy a tirar esta basura. Voy a ponerlo acá en el centro, así... ¡No! Ah, ¿por qué hago estupideces? Voy a dejar las espadas, porque no las voy a utilizar por el momento. Aunque son muy buenas, ¿eh? Es que prefiero estas, la verdad. Sinceramente. Vamos a dejar esto acá. La Q para ordenar esto. Vamos a cambiarnos.
Her megascope? Guess she never goes anywhere without it. As Philippa Eilhart said, megascopes and toothbrushes, deeply personal possessions. Saya de Vries.
La cacería salvaje. La fuente envenenada.
Inspiration.
¿Así o así? Ah, prefiero de negro. Estos pantalones son... Armadura más 41, va. Va, estos, ahora sí, ¿qué tal? Si yo me quito esto, tengo anillos. ¿Cómo? ¿Por qué?
Right. Just not something I'd ever wear. But what can we do for... Who exactly is she to me?
Acá me pueden cortar el pelo. Vamos, Geralt, tú puedes. Tú puedes, Geralt. Ahí está, vámonos.
Winds howling. Greetings.
Smooth seas this morn, as if the gods themselves were paying their respects to the great Conung Bran.
You a tailor?
I am. Only one in the Isles, most like.
Take it you're good with scissors. Give me a haircut.
Tain't something I usually do, but it wouldn't be right to turn down a traveler.
Quiero cambiar el peinado. El primero es el pelo normal, ¿no? Me quedo con este. Quiero arreglarme la barba. Afeitarme completamente. Haz otra.
So long.
Vale. Este pelo me agrada más. Vayámonos.
Wonder if he's as strong as he looks.
Tac, 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 tac. Se escuchan los pasos. ¿A dónde me están llevando? Tengo que ir para el otro lado. Estoy dando toda la vuelta así, ¿de verdad? ¿Me están jodiendo? ¿Pero qué estupidez es esa? ¿Qué tontería es esa? Hacer que alguien dé toda la vuelta. ¿Un patrucho? ¿No ves? Es más fácil hacer esto. Aún no. Venga. ¿No ves? El puente no está cerrado. Tendría que poder decirme que puedo pasar por acá. Son muelles, o sea, no... Nada raro, la verdad. Vale, no puedo. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo que ir allá arriba y tengo que cruzar por el puente. Perfecto. Voy a callarme la boca. Porque el mapa tenía razón, básicamente. Nunca desconfías del mapa. Jamás. Tengo que ir hacia arriba. Tengo que volver hasta arriba. Tengo que dar toda la vuelta. A ver, no me molesta. Porque la verdad es que es una tontería. Tiene que volver hasta arriba. Simplemente... si puedo llamar a Roach estaría muy bien, la verdad. ¿Qué tal, Roach? Vámonos, Roach. Tan tararán, 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 tararán. Tan tararán, 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 tan tan tararán. Perfecto. ¿Quién es? Soy Geralt de Rivia. Y boom. Te juro, en mi mente estaba, los voy a chocar y me van a perseguir. Pues al parecer no puedo chocarlos. Vale, sí, con el caballo se avanza bastante rápido.
Bran was a great ruler.
He needs a worthy successor.
You speak as though you have someone in mind.
Skellige's troubles very much derive from it not being a hereditary monarchy. Any upstart can be king and destroy his predecessor's legacy.
The King of the Isles is a more symbolic position.
That should change as well. A strong leader who wields true power. That is what the times require.
Introduce me?
This is my friend Geralt, and this is Berna, widow of the dear departed Bran.
The Queen Mother. It's a pleasure to meet you, Geralt. You must forgive me, but on a day like today, I'm afraid I cannot indulge in my penchant for long conversations.
I can see you chose your own outfit. You know, of course, that together we look about as good as lace frills on a battle axe.
Everyone's got their style. Don't like funerals. Don't like feasts.
I know. You also dislike underdone meat and being teleported. But sometimes we must overcome our disgusts and prevail.
We should mingle before they all get drunk. There'll be no talking to anyone then.
Good thinking. I don't know what Krach wants, but when we meet with him, we should have clear minds.
I'm not gonna drink. Why dull my senses when I'm in such pleasant company?
Do you plan to compliment me all evening?
I plan to tell you what I think.
Those swords, but I prefer me trusty axe.
What have you brought for the farewell feast?
Just Geralt, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Your beard. Why did you decide to grow it out?
Don't really know.
Must say it suits you.
Pero qué barba, si me afeité la barba. Estás loquísima. Estás loquísima, señorita.
Lady Yennefer. Sir.
Greetings, Arnvald. My companion is Geralt of Rivia.
I am honored.
Nice to meet you too. Quite a few guests.
They come to bid their king farewell. They come to see the claimants to the crown.
We wanted to talk to Krach on Crate.
The Jarl will join us shortly. He's assigned you a place of honor at the table just beside his daughter Ceres. Follow me, please.
Bueno, sigámosle. Bueno, no le sigamos, aparecimos ahí, obviamente, por el arte de la cinemática.
Wanted to meet the notorious Witcher Geralt.
We've met. Don't remember?
That was ages ago. Yalmer and I were children when you last visited Orda. But you should meet your feast mates. Allow me the dubious honor. That's Halbjorn, son of Holger Blackhand. Blue Boy Lucas, Madman Lucas's firstborn. And choking down a stockfish over there is Ottric on Hindar.
Forgive me. I remember our meeting all those years ago, but I don't recall your name.
Ceres on Crate.
Crack, her da, and her big brother Hjalmar called a Sparrowhawk. A Jarl's daughter she is. Fat lot of good it does her.
Ceres is jealous, for the one among us who performs the greatest feat will be crowned king.
We all know the feats are a sideshow. Our fathers will choose who will wear the crown. What do you think they spoke to Crack about?
You talk like that because you're short of strength and skill. Remember when Hjalmar challenged us all to a race up the mount? You didn't stand with us then. As he buried his axe in that stump at the top to mark his victory, you were warming your chicken bones by the fire.
Had my reasons for not participating, but I would have won then, as I'd win now.
Now that you mention him, just noticed Hjalmar's not here.
My brother walks his own paths. But about the race, why don't we repeat it? I'm willing to challenge any of you, Witcher included. If I beat him to the top, venture to say that'd be a feat, eh? So you in?
If the Witcher's in.
Geralt?
Gladly. What are the rules?
Whoever pulls Hjalmar's axe from the stump at the top of the hill wins. Stray off the path and you lose.
And here I was, ready to puke from all the boredom. Let's go!
Buenísima, vámonos.
We're here. From this spot, we must reach the top of that mount. At the summit, you'll see the stump of an oak. Hjalmar's axe buried in it. Whoever pulls the axe from the stump first, wins.
I'm ready.
You'll start when I sound the horn.
Es una carrera a pie.
Why not at Llegamos? Absolute dog-shit idea. You never pay.
Show me what you've got, monster.
Es una carrera a pie, de verdad. Una carrera a pie. A pie. ¿En serio? A ver, no tengo problemas. Unos. Unos. A ver, he ganado claramente, pero bueno. A ver, señorita, he ganado. Lo lamento mucho, pero he ganado. Sinceramente. No puede contra mí. Contra el mejor brujo de todo el mundo. De todo el continente te querría decir. Porque el continente así es como se llama el mundo. Corre, Geralt, corre. He llegado. No, no he llegado. Ah, vale, casi he llegado.
I won, but only by a hair.
No such thing. There's winning and there's losing, and I lost. We best go back to the week.
Let's. See the wakes in full swing.
Lost sight of yous. Who won?
I lost.
Lost to a Witcher, Sparrowhawk. That'd likely happen to any of us. Enough of the nattering, let's drink.
Can't today, for good reason, believe me.
But if not today, then when?
You've been great company. Sadly, it's time we moved on.
Really?
Indeed. We must talk, but not here. You shall learn all beyond that door.
Oh, nivel 20, vámonos. Pero me dice que vaya para allá.
Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher. Geralt, Jarl Donar and Hinder, and Jarl Madman Lugos.
Calling Lugos a madman's an insult to madmen. He's a common goat fucker.
Call me a goat fucker one more time, and I'll chop off your head, stick it on a pike, and piss down your neck hole.
Enough! Time to settle this. Here and now.
Oh, ha ha ha! Giving me a true fright right now. Shat my best trousers. Put that away before you cut yourself, you cunt.
Thought Skelligers called a truce for feasts.
I know the hallowed customs, but Lugos ought to know that I'll not let him raid my Hindisfial bear.
You don't scare anyone, Donor. Oh, me boy soon to plough your priestesses, drink from your tankard, and shit on your table. Be sure to leave a candle lit for me.
Emperor would be very pleased to hear you quarrel.
His Imperial Majesty is more than welcome to visit.
Let him sail over here. We ain't afraid of the Black Ones.
Raiding coastal villages is one thing. Total war with the Empire is another.
Awfully mouty, this one. Go stir your cauldron and pierce some boils, witch. Don't talk when you haven't got a fucking clue.
Calm down, Lugos.
No wench will teach me how to fight.
That was not my intention. Come, Geralt. I believe this discussion's run its course.
What now?
Now we pay a visit to Ermien's laboratory.
Didn't know we'd been invited.
Because we've not been.
Take it Ermien won't be there.
That's right.
And what's the purpose of this visit?
We're looking for an object. The Mask of Ouroboros. We'll need it. Come, Geralt.
Vale, pero me voy a poner mi armadura por si acaso.
Now you'll tell me why you need this mask.
Oh, I shall. In due course.
Take it you'll decide when.
Correct.
A ver, me puedo robar boludeces, pero no quiero.
Shh. Guards. Hide behind the tapestry.
Sparrows chip, while starlings chirp.
What do jackdaws do?
Jackdaws caw. Goldfinches warble, and cranes whoop, whereas peacocks screech. Hawks scream, larks trill, and doves, they coo. That's all of them.
What about nightingales?
All right, nightingales croon.
El sigilo. El sigilo que no existe en este juego. De verdad, no hubo ninguna misión de sigilo, ¿eh? Va, excepto una con 3. Al parecer sí es sigilo, vale. No dije nada. A decir, no hice ninguna misión de sigilo, ¿eh? Pero bueno, al parecer sí la hice.
Surprises never end. See the ravens?
Hard not to.
Ermien's spies. An indication that we're near his laboratory. I also sense a clear magic aura. Come, there's a ledge outside this window. We must pass along it.
Vale, por aquí, ¿no?
Seen uglier sights in my life.
Geralt of Rivia, being romantic.
Ah, qué bien que se ve. Qué bien que se ve. Esta va a ser la miniatura, ¿eh? Dame un segundo. Así no. Así. Sí. Perfecto. Vale, no puedo entrar por ahí. Saqué boludeces en realidad.
Amazing how a hobby render a man mysterious, fascinating.
Especially a druid. Must be a real nature lover. Had one at Kaer Morhen.
Please.
Looks alive.
¿Algo más que queda investigar aquí? ¿Este tipo?
100 loose an arrow if he saw that in the woods.
A ver, voy a aprender esta cosa. Para que sea mejor. Porque no hay más, ¿no? Va, sí, hay un par más. ¿Y acá adelante hay alguna? No, ¿verdad? No. ¿Y aquí? Aquí sí. Para que se vea un poco por lo menos. Vale, eso estaría todo. Uy.
A basin of water.
For teleprojection, a reflection of Ermion appears on the surface. Supplicants speak to it.
Ve el taller de daño acá, ¿no? Me imagino.
Are you all right?
Cut myself. The door's locked. The animals. They're alive. Yen, watch out.
Oh no.
Monsters.
Estoy drogadísimo.
Feel them. Coming closer. They're everywhere.
That's one less. That's one less.
Strange. Smells of mushrooms in here.
Muertísimo. Oh no. Oh no, me desmayo. Oh no.
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermion's animals, sword flailing. I had to calm you.
Must have looked strange.
Your years of vigorous training at Kaer Morhen finally paid off. Bested nearly all the stuffed beasts in here.
Please.
Fine. We've passed the trial of taxidermy. The door stands open. Let's go inside, Geralt.
Joder, he roto todo.
I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions.
Vale, lo que tú digas. Las maravillas de ese no sé qué.
We must search it thoroughly. The mask of Ouroboros must be here.
Por favor, Jen, apúrate.
Letter bearing Ermion's seal to the druids.
Correspondencia de Arminio.
Skellige's tales about the wild hunt.
¿Cuántos de la casilla salvaje?
Wondrous world of insectoids.
Una piña, perfecto.
Didn't expect this. Large female.
Un cráneo.
A biography enhanced.
Look at this. A detailed map of the northern kingdoms. Even shows spheres of influence over the ages.
Out of date.
Está obsoleto. Oh no.
Looks like Ermion places something in the statue's hand.
¿El cadáver tal vez?
So, statue, how about a skull? Guess you're no indecisive prince.
Lo típico.
What do you say we give it a pine cone? Nothing.
Ok, no tengo más, tengo que seguir buscando.
Need something else. Gotta look around.
Cosas para saquear. Oh,
A
¿un caballo?
goat carved out of lindenwood, signed to Uncle Ermion.
Little Ciri's handiwork. That's what she...
A sword in a stone. Things begging me to pull it out.
No puede.
It's not in the stone, don't you see? It's held there by a vice.
¿Sujeta un torno? Vale. ¿Y esto?
Ermion's wand. He's one of the few druids to use one.
A ver, este tipo parece que colecciona bastantes cosas, ¿eh?
Laboratory worthy of an imperial alchemist. Goes in for light reading too.
El cadáver de Novigrado.
Novigrad by Sasha Hadi.
El frío blanco.
Woven triple
Hidromiel. A ver, ¿qué tal? Si pruebo con hidromiel.
Let's try again. How about a mug of mead? Statue or not, everybody needs a drink sometimes. Huh. Seems like it worked. Who would have thunk?
Perfect.
Ermion enjoys jests achieved at the expense of others. I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here.
Uno de estos.
This is it.
¿No viste al...? ¿No está? ¿Lol?
We've got it. We must return to the feast quickly before...
How do you like that silver?
Ermitaño de tierra, perfecto, no es de fuego. Qué bien me siento en este momento. Constructos, ¿no? Sí. Ole. Muerto. Es muy sencillo este de tierra este, ¿eh? Constructos de elemento tierra. Perfecto. No sé ni qué nivel era.
Hear that?
Smelled it. Gas. Grate still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
Corre, corre, corre. Ah, no.
The damned druid will poison us. This vapor's deadly. We've got but a few minutes.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind.
Dale.
Hold on tight.
Now heed my words. There is no greater act of valor than to fight a beast cursed by men and gods. No greater deed than that done to serve the goddess.
Words of uncommon beauty. We thank you. We'll take them to heart. But now, let's begin. We have seen Bran off to the beyond, and must now choose his successor. A king must be wise. A king must command respect. A king must have bollocks. We've no lack of men like that. Let those who feel worthy of the throne of Skellige step forth. My son could not be here this day. Behold his axe! Behold his will!
Vale, la chica.
May the best man or woman win! What's got into her?
She's your daughter, is she not?
Now I know why she said she'll sail to Speakerog. Ah, children. The older they grow, the more trouble there. Come with me. All the more essential we talk now.
Vale, ¿de qué podremos hablar? Ah, qué bonito lugar, es hermoso, Dios mío.
Geralt, when Ciri was nearing womanhood. I remember well her nan, her mother, what they were like. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Ciri was impossible to control. No telling her what to do. Had to have things her own way almost always. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. She and Ceres, they're of a similar age. But we'll speak of my children later. First, let's speak of yours. Yennefer claims Ciri's in trouble, and you seek her.
That's right.
If you require aid, gold, ships, anything, merely say the word. I'll give you all I can. And I know the lass lives. I'm sure of it. When the blood of Rhiannon's daughters is shed, the sea grows white with fury. I'd mark such a storm.
Magic anomaly on Ord Skellige somehow related to Ciri, or so Yennefer believes.
It's my strong suspicion, but I can only know for certain by examining the site.
I saw the twisted forms, right unnatural. The druids were barely able to contain it. Explain to me, Yennefer, how Ciri might have caused this great catastrophe.
I'm intent on learning that very thing. Which I will do as soon as Ermion stops hindering my investigation.
Don't concern yourself with him. Druids have little trust for mages. But Ermion's heart is in the right place. Am I right to assume he does not know you seek Ciri?
It's of no concern to him.
As I thought. At any rate, Ard Skellige's my isle. You've my permission to investigate as you see fit.
Thank you.
No need. I swore an oath once. I aim to keep it. Unfold. Tell the druid I must speak to him. At the usual spot. I've one more matter to broach. My children. You remember Hjalmar? Well, he swore an oath to kill the giant of Undvik. Set off and has yet to return. Whereas Ceres announced that she's to set off on an adventure of her own. Got it in her head that Udalric is not mad, but cursed.
Take it Ceres wants to lift the curse.
There's no curse to speak of. Ceres has decided she must match Hjalmar and sort out a deed worthy of a queen.
Think she might need my help? You did plan to ask me for it. Why?
The thing is, I don't trust Udalric further than I can spit. Ceres won't listen to me, or her brother. Yet confronted by a professional who will explain why she's mistaken, she just might come to her senses. So yes, I ask that you explain things to her and bring her back.
Giants. They've been extinct for ages. Anyone actually seen the one on Undvik?
Aye, dozens of refugees have. The giant drove everyone off the isle. I've welcomed what remains of Clan Tordarach here on Skellige.
I heard a rumor that an unnatural frost gripped Undvik before the giant appeared.
It's true. At any rate, Hjalmar decided to kill the giant.
Puede ser la cacería
to give the
salvaje.
isle back to its people. A deed where
La
they
cacería
were
salvaje
killed.
hizo aparecer el gigante.
My son gathered a hearty crew at the new port. They were to sail to Undvik, then travel on foot to Oskar, the village. But that many lads should have killed the giant long ago. Thus, I thought to ask you.
You should start at the new port. Ask around. Hjalmar might have told someone there his plans.
Take it Ceres wants to lift the curse.
Esta no era. Ta, 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 ta.
Can't help wondering. Got no plans to vie for the crown yourself? Think a good number of the Jarls would support you.
A good number? Those opposed would be fierce, rabid. Madman Lugas would sooner see a Nilfgaardian on the throne. Besides, a man should know when to step aside. Hand the tiller to the youth among us.
If either Hjalmar or Ceres need help, I'll help them.
I thank you.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on Skellige. I'll change into travel attire and find you. Head south. The anomaly we should investigate destroyed a stretch of forest along the shore of the bay. A successful feast on all counts, Krag. I will see you later.
Perfecto. El rey ha muerto, la vida al rey. Perfectísimo. Nueva misión, ecos del pasado. Vale. A ver. He llegado hasta aquí. Soy nivel 20 ya. Vamos a ver qué puedo hacer. Voy a poner uno más de estos. Perdón, ¿puedo ir hasta abajo y agregar algo de esto? Oh no, me falta uno solo. Vale, perfecto, me falta uno solo. No sé ni para qué se utiliza esto, pero lo que sea. Aceite para insectoides, necesito uno de estos. Necrófagos. Este. A ver, me enfrento a muchísimos necrófagos. Necesito usar esto. Tengo el aceite para dracónitos. O sea, aquí, en el inventario de pociones. Espectros, malditos, insectoides, constructos, vampiros, bestias, necrófagos mejorado. ¿No? No. El dracónitos normal no lo tengo. A maldito ya creo que no lo voy a necesitar. Pero este lo necesito. ¿Qué necesito? Aceite para dracónitos mejorado. ¿Qué? Aceite para ese superior. Para malditos mejorado. Y necesito albedo. El colesto, gaviota blanca, extracto de boira, gallotriz, hombre lobo, de wyverno. ¿Qué hace este? Cada golpe propina o aumenta la potencia del ataque hasta que la lucha acabe o sufra el daño, que no sea por toxicidad. Ajá. Golondrina mejorada, me interesa. Oropéndola. ¿Qué hace esto? Inmuniza contra los venenos y neutraliza los efectos de los que ya están en el corriente sanguínea. Sí. Perfecto. Miel blanca. ¿Qué hace esto? Reduce la toxicidad a 0. No me interesa. Vale, ya estaría. No sé qué hace, pero bueno. Perfecto. Tengo nuevas pociones acá. Me falta algo acá. ¿Voy a poner una antorcha? ¿Por qué no? Tengo antorchas, ¿no? Sí. Pongo una antorcha. ¿Voy a cambiar de lugar? ¿Así? ¿Va a estar mejor? Daño de perforación más 1. Venga. Vamos a usar estos pilotes que no sé qué hacen. Es un efecto perforante ante armaduras para causar hemorragias. Me parece perfecto. Y esto hace... voy a usar este, que es el que menos tengo. Así me lo saco de una. Tengo 652 de dinero. Es realmente poco. Vale. Sí, averigua si es en Skellige. Sigamos esta misión todavía. Estoy con Yennefer en el cataclismo. Perfecto, me parece bien. ¿Cómo salgo de acá? ¿Cómo salgo de acá? Ayuda. Ayuda, ¿cómo salgo de aquí? ¿Cómo salgo de aquí? Tengo que ir acá. Y para eso tengo que salir de acá. Y salgo de acá. Yendo. Por acá no. Muy bien. ¿Por arriba será? ¿Por arriba y después abajo? ¿Por acá? Por acá, probablemente sea por acá. Por aquí. Por aquí no, por aquí. Vámonos, es aquí. Excelente. Y acá me puedo teletransportar, me agrada. Reúnete con Yennefer en el escenario. Vale, sigamos a la misión principal. Me acerco a ella y va a ser... Poder está lejos, ¿no? Está muy lejos. 1200 y pico. Perfecto, entonces me voy a despedir acá. Vamos con Roach en el siguiente día. Así que... Partida guardada. Así. Digo. Bueno, muchas gracias por estar acá. Por seguirme. Y nos veremos en el siguiente. Adiós.